Yo, what is up everyone? This is OJ over here from PlayerEssence and welcome to a Kickstarter update that we have on Hex Heroes. Now this game was a Kickstarter title that was funded a couple years ago and that was really targeting the Nintendo fan base, the Wii U owners out there. There's going to be a bunch of different guest collaborations that they're going to be having for the Hex Heroes. And it's basically like a strategy / real-time game that lets you plan and build and do all sorts of weird stuff on hexagonal grids using various different characters and support classes. So there's a lot of stuff to this game. It's pretty cool for an indie title, and a lot of people were really excited about it when it launched on Kickstarter a couple of years ago. Now that they're really making progress on the game though, they have given us a progress update as far as the Wii U version, and it kind of shows us how difficult the Wii U can be to program on based on the power of the system and more. So let's go ahead and get right into the update straight from the Kickstarter page for Hex Heroes. Quotations, Wii U progress. It's no surprise that the Wii U is less powerful than a PC. We build Hex Heroes on a computer using the Unity engine, which lets the game play on both PC and Wii U. However, the size of the game and all of its components determines how much memory is required on a device to allow it to play. The sheer number of hexagon tiles, trees, and other objects in the game continually made Hex Heroes unplayable on the Wii U, at least the way that we originally built the game. In order to get it running, we had to revisit the very foundation of how the game is built. Without getting too technical, our first job was building the map tiles automatically with efficiency. Originally, each hex tile was its own model. Now, the game creates only the visible portions of hexes, so that any sides of the tiles that would have been underground or obstructed by another hex aren't created in the game at all. This is known as cooling, and by not rendering what isn't seen, we can really free up space. With the map being built dynamically, we also changed the way objects, like resources, enemies, etc., relate to the map. Each hex now knows if it has a resource or if a hero is standing on it, or if an enemy can move to it. It's much more deliberate method of keeping track of all the objects in the game, and it offers us some interesting ways to use this feature in the future. Although we finally got the map to run on the Wii U, there were still some problems with the way it looked. Unfortunately, what's seen on our computers isn't always what we'll get when we run it on the Wii U. Here's an example of how our hexes first looked when we ran the Wii U build. They've since been fixed, and I actually go into more different details there, but this really just shows that Nintendo just did not put enough juice in the Wii U. The fact that an indie developer is having some issues with some tiles, which this game is going to be a very big and expansive game for an indie developer, but the fact that they're having issues definitely isn't good. But at the same time, I think it's all water under the bridge. At this point, we know that the Wii U wasn't powerful enough for a lot of developers. We know that the architecture necessarily wasn't there for developers. And I think that there's going to be a lot of fixes on the Nintendo NX to where you're not going to have these type of issues with developers, especially with a developer that was excited to bring their project to Wii U and is going to be continuing to work hard on this Wii U version to make sure that it looks and runs great, using different techniques to help it run on Wii U. But it does seem like they're making great progress on the game, and if you want to know more about what's going on, check out the description below. I'll have a link to the actual page there to where you can read all of the updates for Hex Heroes on the Wii U. Alright guys, that basically wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and hit that like button if you did like it. Lets me know you guys want more Kickstarter updates like this in the future, and also subscribe to PlayerEssence for more news, reviews, trailers, tips and tricks, and everything on gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you for the next video. Peace.